As we approach the end of 2022, it's time to start looking ahead to 2023, which is shaping up to be a massive year for video games in history. Sure, most games we're excited about don't have a specific release dates just yet, but that doesn't make the lineup any less exciting. From massive RPGs to space epics, sequels, and even a couple of remakes sprinkled in, these are the most anticipated upcoming games of 2023. Enough talking, we have many games to go through, so let's get into it, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and please help us to achieve 100k subscribers. It'll really be an honor to us.
To fall upon the dominance.
So first of all, we'll talk about Hogwarts Legacy. It's an immersive, open-world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. Now you can take control of the action and be at the center of your own adventure in the wizarding world. Embark on a journey through familiar and new locations as you explore and discover fantastic beasts. Customize your character and craft potions. Master spellcasting, upgrade talents, and become the wizard you want to be. Well, now we talk to Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is the next highly anticipated game in PlayStation's critically acclaimed Marvel's Spider-Man franchise. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will be a PS5 exclusive title with massively updated realistic graphics and gameplay mechanics, taking the game above and beyond what players have already experienced with the first two titles in the series.
One who could even beat me. All I found is disappointment. Will one of you finally give me what I desire? Yes, we will.
Well, let's get into Starfield. It's a next-generation role-playing game set in space, created by the acclaimed team behind the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. This huge Game Pass title had gameplay revealed earlier this year to provide a glimpse into what we can expect. Built on an improved engine, the Creation Engine 2, the game shows clear strides over Fallout 4 and other previous titles. Space travel, world building, rendering technology, and more are all covered. Starfield is going to be one of the biggest games of 2023. Return to face unknowable fears with Dead Space, a next-generation reimagining of the classic survival horror action game, completely rebuilt from the ground up to offer a deeper, more immersive experience. This remake brings jaw-dropping visual fidelity, suspenseful atmospheric audio, and improvements in gameplay while staying faithful to the original game's thrilling vision. Welcome to Black Myth Wukong is an upcoming most highly anticipated action role-playing game by Chinese indie developer Game Science based on the classical 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West. Many were impressed with its gameplay and visuals with the power of the Unreal Engine 5. The main feature of the Black Myth Wukong is fighting off a bow staff. This weapon has a wide range of functions. It allows not only to attack enemies but also to block blows and bounce arrows.
Let me have some fun!
Our next game is Street Fighter VI. The next game in the iconic series will release in 2023. Take part in the Fighting Ground, which focuses on the classic fighting game experience with modes from previous games in the series. 2 new modes will be available alongside World Tour, an immersive single-player story experience, and Battle Hub, which will further expand the scope of player communication and engagement. Your moment, your fight.
Neutralized. Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. 7. I'm just on another level.
The rumors were true. One of the biggest surprises of 2020 was the announcement of Resident Evil 4 Remake is really happening. Capcom is continuing its hot streak of remaking classic Resident Evil games, and this next remake isn't just any game. It's of one of the most beloved Capcom games of all time. Featuring modernized gameplay, a reimagined storyline, and vividly detailed graphics, Resident Evil 4 marks the rebirth of an industry juggernaut.
What are you doing here? My faithful disciple will show her the path.
Ashley, run!
The entire world shall overflow with his grace.
What's happening to me?
Now, abandon your body.
Leave the girl. She's lost no matter what.
Now that he has chosen death.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Frey Holland.
Forspoken is a fresh new IP from Luminous Productions and Square Enix that looks to be vying for blockbuster success. In this unique fantasy video game, you play as Frey, a young woman from the modern New York who is transported into a magical fantasy realm where she gains immense and awesome powers. Early looks at this game have shown off fluid traversal and a number of flashy attacks, but it's the story here that shines through.
To swiftly traverse the sprawling landscapes. The last remnants of Athia's populace soon looked to Frey as their only hope for confronting the Tantas, once benevolent matriarchs who now rule as maddened and evil sorceresses. Reluctant to help, but desperate to find a way back home, Frey sets off on a journey through this strange and dangerous land.
The long-anticipated sequel to Telltale's The Wolf Among Us 2 is set for a vague 2023 release date, likely in the first half of the year. So far, we know the comic book adaptation will feature returning characters Bigby Wolf and Snow White, who will have yet another major mystery to solve across episodic adventures.
Yeah. Took me weeks to track them down. They hadn't cast so much as a shadow. Till that night.
You've been hesitant to share with us. assume it has something to do with confidentiality associated with the job.
Something like that.
Your boss, Miss White, said things didn't go as planned. She mentioned that there was some violence?
Ark 2 is the second installment of an open-world survival game with RPG elements combining the science fiction with dinosaurs, base building, and crafting. Suddenly awakened on a strange primal world filled with dinosaurs and humans struggling for dominance, you must piece together the history of how you arrived there. Team up with legendary heroes and confront powerful dark forces seeking to control the fate of all life. Saddle up and join the definitive next-generation survival experience with Ark 2.
But if anyone can tame this new world, we can.
Welcome to Atomic Heart, a close-world action RPG. In the Soviet Union of the future in 1955, science reigns supreme. The world is on the verge of the greatest event. You are Agent Major P3 and you'll have to find out what is really lying behind the utopian dream. This game used in gorgeous, hyper-realistic graphics in retro-futuristic style, created with the latest visual technologies. Explore huge research facilities and test sites. Find out more about the employees and their ways of life and work. Uncover Soviet secrets. But you know, the death hides in every corner. Can you survive?
Where ambition is...
Well, now let's talk about Final Fantasy XVI is the 16th main part of the bestseller series of Japanese RPGs published by Square Enix. Final Fantasy XVI brings players into a world where icons are powerful and deadly creatures that reside within dominance. A single man or woman who's blessed with the ability to call upon their dreaded power.
Without any thought as to what chaos it might reap.
The Iron Kingdom, forged in faith and fear.
Their souls were sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption.
Or the Kingdom of Wulud, indomitable in its isolation.
The dark swallows more of the realm with each passing day. And as the fringes fade, the people flock to the mother crystals.
From a single spark, will the land ignite? In the year 860, the Imperial army will march upon Rosaria. And from the slaughter shall a new shadow rise. To fall upon the dominance.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chernobyl is a next-gen sequel to award-winning PC game franchise developed by GSC Game World. Set to deliver a unique action experience of survival in the post-apocalyptic Chernobyl exclusion zone, featuring the elements of a first-person shooter, immersive sim, and horror and benchmark-setting graphics powered by the Unreal Engine 5. Well, let's talk about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is a first-person action-adventure game developed by Massive Entertainment in collaboration with Lightstorm Entertainment and Disney that brings to life the alluring world of Pandora with all of its beauty and danger in an immersive and open-world experience based on James Cameron's Avatar film series. The Day Before is a realistic graphic open-world MMO survival set in a deadly post-pandemic America overrun by flesh-hungry, infected, and survivors killing each other for food, weapons, and cars. Survive at all costs. Search abandoned vehicles, houses, and skyscrapers as you scavenge for resources. The Day Before is switching to Unreal Engine 5, and they've announced that it is launching on March 1st, 2023. Stellar Blade is a third-person action RPG inspired by such hits as Nier Automata and God of War. The character action gameplay of Stellar Blade pits Eve against massive bosses, challenging players to input precise timing to deflect attacks and carry out devastating combos. Eve can use a combination of melee and ranged weapons, and her beta skills and burst skills will help even the odds against powerful foes.
이곳의 주민들은 에너지 고갈로 잠들어 있는 거야. 이대로 간다면 영원한 어둠뿐이지. 이봐, 우리를 도와줘.
조심해! 리스팅되지 않는 내 기구야. 아담, 뒤로 물러나!